Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Ram Report with your free MLB baseball previews and predictions today for Tuesday. It is September 5th. Hope you have yourself a good start to your Ruby Tuesday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right hand corner or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by the Ram Report. You can get the Ram Report each and every day right here at enthusiast.com. All right, let's kick it off in Cleveland at Progressive Field, where the Minnesota Twins put 20 runs on the board yesterday against the Guardians, and a nice 20-6 win. And today you got Sonny Gray going to go here for Minnesota up against Tanner Bibby. Good pitching matchup here between the Twins and the Guardians. Bookmakers making Minnesota a minus 115 favorite. 8 is the total. ATS forecast system play going to go with Minnesota in this one. 4.1 to 3.8, the over-under landing on 8.04. Looking at the percentage play, it does favor also the Twins at 48.9%. Their last 3 games have gone over the total. Cleveland now on a 2-game losing streak, 6-4 in their last 10 games. Milwaukee Brewers taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Brew Crew losing 4-2 yesterday against the Bucks. Today they're a 170 favorite. I had the line listed at minus 140, so if you do like Milwaukee, a little bit overvalued today against Pittsburgh. Brandon Woodruff against Andre Jackson, and I do have the Brew Crew winning this one, 5.1 to 4.06, the over-under at 9.2. So we do like this game to fly over the total. Milwaukee coming in on a 2-game losing streak, 6-4 in the last 10, while the Bucks, they're pretty hot, 7-3 in their last 10 games. Boston Red Sox taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays losing yesterday in Game 1 of the series against the Bo Sox. Today you have Cutter Crawford going up against Zach Eflin of the Rays. Minus 160 is the line for Tampa Bay. I had them right there at 160, so fair market value if you do like Tampa. And for the Boston Red Sox, I have the score at 3.81, 4.32 for Tampa Bay. The over-under landing on 8.13. And if you do like this total, look, we have it going over the total. And your Kogo, very low today, 31%. Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total. Speaking of over, look at Boston's last 10 games, 9-1 to the over. Last 5 have also gone over the total. You might want to give that a nod today. LA Dodgers taking on the Miami Marlins. The Marlins coming off a 6-4 win over Washington in their last game. They're on 1 day's rest. Same thing for the Dodgers. Their last game, a 3-1 win over the Atlanta Braves. Today they're sending Clayton Kershaw to the hill against Jesus Luzardo. I believe that's 2 lefties going here at it tonight at Marlins Park. And minus 150 is the line for LA, and we're going to lean with the Dodgers in this one. 4.6 to 3.68, the over-under landing on 8.36. So we do like it to go over the total of 7.5, and the Kogo's at 41%. And looking at both these teams' last 10 games, Dodgers 6-4 straight up, while the Marlins are 5-5. Seattle taking on the Cincinnati Reds. We got the Mariners winning this one. They're sending Bryce Miller to the hill against Connor Phillips. 5.2 to 4.4, the over-under at 9.74. The Seattle Mariners off a 6-3 loss yesterday to the Reds, and they're now on a 2-game losing streak. Detroit taking on the New York Yankees. Yankees sweeping Houston in their last series. They're playing on 1 day's rest. And we got Garrett Cole going up against Alex Fado today, but we like the Yankees to win this one. 5.3 to 3.02, the over-under at 8.37. And we're going to give the Bronx Bombers a 76% chance of winning, compared to only 25.8 for the Tigers. New York Mets taking on the Washington Nationals. The Mets going to send Jose Quintana to the hill against Patrick Corbin. This first pitch tonight at Nationals Park at 7:05 Eastern. And minus 145 is the line. I had minus 155 for the Metropolitans, and we got them winning 4.4 to 4.2. The over-under at 8.74. Looking at the last 3 games for Washington, I've gone over the total, and they are now running a 5-game losing streak. St. Louis Cardinals taking on the Atlanta Braves. Minus 200 is the line here for the Chop Shop. Actually, this is the line I made myself, so keep an eye out on the line. It wasn't out this morning, but I got 4.7 to 3.4, the over-under at 8.23. So we do like this game to go over the total, but again, keep an eye on the total and the line. When we did the forecast this morning, the lines were out, so this is where I anticipate the line to be around, and we'll see if I'm right. All right, Chicago White Sox taking on the Kansas City Royals. Minus 120 is the line, 9.5 is the total. The White Sox coming off a 12-1 loss yesterday to Reagans, the lefty. And today, Brady Singer going to go for Kansas City. He's up against their ace, Dylan Cease. And we do like the Shy Sox to bounce back and to snap that 4-game losing streak. 5.08 to 4.51, the over-under at 9.59. So we do like this game to go a bit over the total, and your Kogo at 33%. Cubbies taking on the San Francisco Giants. The Cubbies winning yesterday 5-0 against San Francisco. Today you got Kyle Hendricks going up against Ryan Walker, and we do like the Chicago Cubs to win this one at 5.2 to 4.7, the over-under at 10.04. So we do anticipate a high-scoring game. In fact, look at the total at 11, and we got at 10.04. Your Kogo very high, 67%. Chicago 7-3 in their last 10, while the Giants are 4-6, and they are also on a 4-game losing streak. Houston Astros taking on the Texas Rangers. Houston put an 11th spot yesterday against the Rangers. 13-6 was the final. Today, Framber Valdez up against Nathan Eovaldi for the Rangers. -120 is the line. 9 is the total. We're going to lean with Houston in this one. 4.6 to 4.2. The over-under at 8.91. So we do like it to go over to, under the total. Yokogo's at 31%. I did have Houston listed at -133 on my value index, and you can see they're -120. So if you like Houston, a bit undervalued today against the Texas Rangers, who are 4-6 in their last 10, but 7 of those 10 games have gone over the total. Baltimore Orioles coming off a 6-3 win over the Halos yesterday. They're going to send Dean Kremer to the hill against Reed Detmers. We do have the Baltimore Orioles winning this one as a -155 favorite. 4.9 to 3.8, the over-under at 8.75. So we do have it going under the total, and your Kogo is at 35%. Again, Kogo is the percentage play, and we stands for chance of game going over the total. So if the game is here at 35%, meaning a 65% chance of going under. Colorado taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks. D-backs winning 4-2 yesterday. In fact, I had a 16 parlay, and I had the over in this game. That was the only game I lost for that parlay. So a little snake bit in there, but no pun intended. But -210 is the line here for Arizona. 9 is the total, and I have Arizona winning this one 5.2 to 3.4. The over-under at 8.73, and we're going to give Arizona a 66.2% chance of winning compared to 25.9 for Colorado, who was only 2-8 in their last 10 games. Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Oakland Athletics. Crazy game yesterday in Oakland. In fact, the Blue Jays hung on the win. Well, in the extra innings, 6-5 was the final, and I had Oakland as my underdog play of the day at on the run line +1.5. So we got a 2-run shot in the 10th, which gave us the cover. So we appreciate that from the Athletics. And today you have Chris Bassett, former Oakland Athletic pitcher, going up against the lefty Ken Waldichuk, and we do have Toronto winning this one 5.2, 4.01. The over-under at 9.27. So we do have this one flying over the total. Toronto 6-4 in the last 10. 5-5 for Oakland. And your last game of the evening will be played at Petco Park between the Padres and the Phillies. Phillies winning yesterday 9-7 against San Diego. They're going to send Michael Lorenzen to the hill against Pedro Avila for the San Diego Padres, and we're going to lean with Philly in this one. 4.7 to 4.3, the over-under at 9.01, so a hair over the total. And you basically got a pick 'em line here, -115. I had the Phillies at 146 on my value index, so if you like Philadelphia, they are a bit undervalued today at Petco. All right, let's get to your 80% club stats, and look at that. Arizona, they're following me everywhere here today. The D-backs 12-2 as a home team, coming off a win over a National League West division opponent this season. That's good for 85%. The under 9-2 for the White Sox when they play on a Ruby Tuesday this season. So something about a Tuesday for the White Sox on the road this year. The Guardians 9-2 to the under when they're a home team coming off a loss against an American League Central Division opponent. And let's try to leave you here on a high note. Let's go to the over. No, that's another one right there. A lot of Tuesday stats right there. But yeah, so that's what we're going to leave you here with today. All right, so don't forget, folks, you can get the 80% Club stats right here at atsstats.com. In fact, let me go to the old 80% Club stat. These are one of my favorites. If you go into your dashboard, go to Ron's favorites, go to the old 80% Club, and go to MLB. Let's see what we got on store here for today. Look at that. Detroit is a road team. When the spread's between 140 and 160, they're 1-14 to the under. The Cleveland Guardians, the home team, after a division game, coming off a loss against a Central Division opponent, and it was a home loss, 2-9 to the under. There's Arizona again. Everywhere I go, there's Arizona. Arizona, home team during a night game after a conference game, coming off a 1-under, and it was a win versus a National League West Division opponent, 17-4 straight up, which is pretty good. And the Yankees, if you like the Yankees, anytime they're home team versus a conference foe, after a conference game, coming off a 3-game win streak, and it was on the road, they are 8-2 straight up in their next contest. And let me see if I have any more good stats to share with you right here. Houston, when they're a 140, 160 road favorite on the Ruby Tuesday after a conference game, 10-2. And the Dodgers, anytime they're a favorite last 5 years, with 2 unders or more. They won their last game by 2 runs or more, and they're 1-2 in their last 3 games. They are 14-1 straight up in their next contest. So that is the old 80% Club stats. And again, this is ATSstats.com. That's what we're known for, all our stats. And you know what? NFL, college football is here. Why not get those week 1 NFL stats and matchups and the Rain Report right here at ATSstats.com. For a Ruby Tuesday, September 5th, have yourself a great rest of your day. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back shortly with another Rain Report.